Hello, my name is Niles Parker. I'm the Gosnell Executive Director at the Nantucket Historical Association, and it's my pleasure to welcome Franci Neely, President of our Friends Group.
It's my great pleasure to be here on this rainy day to look at some of the fantastic acquisitions, specifically paintings that the Friends have made for the NHA over the past couple of years. So, what are we looking at here?
What a fantastic year this has been.
It's been a great 2 years of acquisitions.
Yes, amazing acquisitions, including these two paintings by Elizabeth Rebecca Coffin. And as I think folks know, Elizabeth Rebecca Coffin is one of Nantucket's finest female artists here on the island. And painting in the second half of the 19th century, going to Vassar College, growing up here in Nantucket, spending time back here on the island. Really such an important figure in terms of art on Nantucket in the 19th century. And on a trip to Algeria, painted this beautiful picture of what's entitled Arab Boy, a young man sitting on a wall in Algeria in 1905.
Yes, and I've always loved The Old Falconer, again by Elizabeth Rebecca Coffin. I guess also early 20th century, and it is just, it makes my heart beat faster to see them hung so beautifully here, Niles. And people are coming in the galleries to see them as well. It's
right.
Thrilling on a rainy day. Niles, pardon me if I get a little emotional here looking at
For good reason.
This beautiful painting, but this is Eastman Johnson's Cranberry Pickers, and really it comes full circle here because it was the cranberry harvest by Eastman Johnson. Our loss of it, our inability to have the funds to buy that painting many, many years ago, that caused Max Berry, one of our founders and others, to form the Friends.
Right.
And so here we are, all these years later, and we managed to be the single largest contributor to this painting that now hangs so beautifully here.
We had one study by Eastman Johnson about his Cranberry Picker in preparation for his masterpiece. And we knew there were probably somewhere around 24 studies. But this is a finished work unto itself.
It really is.
It's really just a beautiful painting. Yes, a study for the final masterpiece, but really just an incredible work of art. And then in thinking about how we can tell this story about Eastman Johnson going forward, about art in Nantucket, I mean, what an exciting addition.
It really is, and kudos to Annabelle Fawkes too. She has really raised money in addition to make this dream come true.
One of the things we're really excited about is that we have more of our recent acquisitions and gifts out on display here in the museum this year, and this is a new case that's just been built to feature some of those new acquisitions. And key among them are some recent acquisitions of decoys. Sport hunting for shorebirds on Nantucket was very, very popular, a key part of sort of Nantucket life and culture in the 19th century. And the creation of decoys was a folk art that was practiced, but we did not really have much of a collection to represent that. And it was something that the Friends identified, I think with the help of Michael, and said, we really need to fill that gap, and you have certainly done that.
These decoys had flown away from Nantucket and were, in the hands of others and had become quite valuable over the years. And so we were determined to try to get them to fly back to Nantucket. And I'm so happy that with Mike's great help, Steve Langer's fabulous acquisitions committee, and an expert that we hired with decoys, we have acquired over the past 2 years 7 decoys that are first quality, including some carved by Coffin family members and a Folger family member, and they're here and they look so astonishing. Wow, look at this child's Windsor chair that we were fortunate to acquire for the NHA, thanks to the incredibly hard work and keen eye of Ari Koppelman, who has particular expertise in this area, and it's just beautiful.
It's stunning.
What makes it so special?
So we have a chair in our collection that really mirrors this, though it's a full-size chair for an adult, but so much about it is the same, from that scroll work on the ear, on that crest rail there, to the knuckles on the handrail, to the spindles on the legs and the cross bracing there. those proportions. It's all the same as the one in our collection, which has a stamp on the bottom of the seat by presumably the maker named Chase here on Nantucket. But this is just done for a child, and so the proportions are so rare, but done so beautifully and so well. It's a spellbinding piece, I think. I love it.
It really captures the room. That looks brand new.
The condition's incredible.
This poster,
Yeah.
it looks like it was made yesterday, but when was it made?
1925, travel poster done by the New Haven Railroad. Railroads at the time were creating these posters and working with artists to, in effect, do some destination marketing.
Yeah.
And so Nantucket and other places on the East Coast were advertised as these hotspot destinations by railroad companies, so people had to take the railroad, to go visit. This was done by an artist named John Held, again
Really
in
good.
1925, and was on view in railroad stations for I think 5 years or so. And so that this was on display and is in this kind of condition still.
We just saw a little boy in here with his mom, and he was very attracted to the poster, but also to the train below it, I think.
Nantucket Railroad, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Wow, I see another Friends acquisition over
Yes.
there. It looks like there's golf involved.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, absolutely. A recent acquisition last summer,
Yes.
found at Raffaello Sona's auction, and a really rare painting of a golf course. And the fact that it's here on Nantucket and the one that we now know as Tupancy Links makes it
That's
that much more exciting.
Which, of course, is gone, and that is what, I think, 1901?
1901, exactly, by William Wallace Scott. And the fact that we can identify the clubhouse with a similar photo in our collection, a historic photo that shows the same clubhouse, really lets us cement, which course it is, where it is, and just there's so much happening in the photo that tells the story of not only golf on Nantucket, but Nantucket at the turn of the century.
Well, it's lucky to have it, and all of these objects that we have been honored to acquire on behalf of the NHA. And we look forward, Niles, to many, many more years of this wonderful partnership.
Well, Franci, thanks to
You're
you
a friend.
for your leadership and all the work that the Friends have done. We'd be nowhere without you, so thank you.
It's my great pleasure. It's all of our pleasure.
Yeah.